In a kingdom far to the north, nestled between towering mountains and lush forests, there was a kingdom known for its unmatched beauty and powerful army, Kingdom Ardent. This kingdom, ruled by the wise and just King Alistair, was a land of peace and prosperity. But, as is often the case with great power, it was always under the threat of darker forces that sought to overthrow the ruler and plunge the land into chaos. For years, the people of Ardent lived in harmony, but that peace was shattered when a neighboring kingdom, known for its savage warriors and merciless kings, began to show signs of aggression. Ardent's borders were constantly tested by raids and skirmishes. As a result, King Alistair knew he needed to take decisive action. He called upon his greatest warriors, the best of his knights, and one by one they came to his side, ready to protect their home. Among them was a humble soldier named Galen, known across the kingdom for his incredible bravery and unmatched skill in battle. He wasn't the son of a nobleman, nor was he born into royalty. He had been raised as a commoner, working the fields of his family's small farm. But when the kingdom's forces were mobilized, Galen left his life behind and answered the call to protect his homeland. Galen was not a man of words or flashy displays of strength. His true power lay in his selflessness, his unwavering sense of duty, and his absolute fearlessness in battle. His comrades admired him not just for his abilities, but for his quiet, humble nature. Unlike many of the knights, Galen didn't wear extravagant armor or flaunt his wealth. His armor was simple, worn from years of use, and his sword was weathered, yet deadly sharp. It was during one of the fiercest battles that Galen's bravery would be truly tested. The kingdom's forces were losing ground to the enemy, their front lines breaking, and the enemy soldiers were closing in on the castle walls. King Alistair, knowing the importance of his daughter, Princess Elara, who was heir to the throne, ordered that she be moved to a secret location far from the fighting. But Princess Elara, known for her beauty and wisdom, was not the type of woman to sit idly by while her people fought. When her father ordered her retreat, she refused, declaring that she would remain by the side of her people. Her courage was known throughout the land, and she had the heart of a warrior, much like her father. On the eve of the decisive battle, as darkness fell over the land, a small band of enemy soldiers broke through the outer defenses, threatening to invade the royal chambers. As the castle's soldiers scrambled to regroup, Galen, who had fought valiantly in the battle, noticed a shadow moving through the halls. Princess Elara was alone, making her way toward the enemy's advancing forces. Without thinking, Galen rushed after her, knowing the danger she was walking into. He found her standing in the throne room, sword drawn, prepared to fight off the invaders on her own. Her eyes met his with a fierce determination, but there was also a trace of worry. She knew how much her presence could jeopardize the kingdom's future. "Your Highness, you must leave," Galen pleaded, his voice low and urgent. "I will not run," Elara replied, her voice steady. "My people need me." Galen, realizing she would not back down, made a decision. "Then I will fight beside you." Together, they stood shoulder to shoulder, fending off the invaders as the battle raged around them. Galen fought with all his might, protecting the princess with every strike, every shielded blow. His skill was unmatched, but more importantly, it was his unwavering resolve that allowed them to hold the throne room long enough for reinforcements to arrive. When the enemy soldiers were finally driven back, and peace was restored to the kingdom for the moment, Galen found himself standing beside Princess Elara in the quiet aftermath of the battle. The princess, bloodied and bruised but unbroken, turned to him with a newfound respect. "You saved my life," Elara said, her voice filled with gratitude. "I don't know what would have happened without you." I did what any soldier would do for his kingdom, Galen replied humbly. The princess looked at him, her eyes softening. But not every soldier would have stayed by my side like you did. You are different, Galen. Galen could feel his heart quicken. He had always admired the princess from afar, but never in his wildest dreams had he imagined he would be standing beside her, sharing such a moment. But Elara wasn't just the princess. She was strong, independent, and courageous. Her words filled him with a warmth he had never known. Over the following weeks, the two continued to fight side by side. Galen became her closest protector, and with each passing day, their bond grew stronger. They shared stories of their past, their dreams for the future, and their deep love for their kingdom. Despite the odds, they found comfort in each other's company, knowing they were both fighting for the same cause. As the war with the neighboring kingdom escalated, Galen's acts of heroism became legendary. In one battle, he single-handedly broke through the enemy's lines, rescuing dozens of trapped soldiers and turning the tide of the conflict. In another, he led a daring night raid that crippled the enemy's supply lines, forcing them into retreat. His bravery became the stuff of legend, whispered across the kingdom and beyond. But it was not just his actions that made Galen a hero. It was his heart. He fought not for glory, not for wealth, but because he believed in the people of Ardent. He believed in their strength, their unity, and their right to live in peace. It was this very heart that caught the eye of Princess Elara. She had witnessed his bravery time and time again, and with each act of valor, she found herself drawn to him more and more. But it was not just his courage in battle that enamored her. It was his humility, his unwavering loyalty to her, and the way he treated everyone with respect, no matter their rank or station. One evening, after the kingdom had finally emerged victorious, and the last of the enemy forces were vanquished, King Alistair summoned Galen to the royal chambers. "You have proven yourself to be the bravest warrior this kingdom has ever known," the king said, his voice solemn. "Not only have you fought for our people, but you have protected my daughter with a loyalty I have not seen in many men." Galen bowed his head, not knowing where this conversation would lead. "It was my duty, Your Majesty. I was only doing what needed to be done." King Alistair smiled. "And because of that, you have earned my deepest respect. But there is more than duty at play here." Galen looked up, puzzled. The king continued, his voice softening. "My daughter has made her heart known. Elara, she loves you, Galen." Galen's heart skipped a beat. He had never imagined that the princess could feel such a thing for him, a simple soldier. "You have shown her what it means to be truly brave," the king said. "And as much as I had hoped she would find someone with noble blood, I see now that it is not the lineage that matters, but the strength of a man's character." Princess Elara stepped forward, her eyes shining. "Galen, I have fallen in love with you. Your bravery, your heart, everything about you makes me want to stand by your side, not just as a soldier, but as the man who will be by my side for the rest of our lives." Tears filled Galen's eyes as he knelt before her, not as a knight or soldier, but as a man who had found the love of his life. "Elara, I never thought I would be worthy of such a gift. But if you will have me, I will spend my life protecting you and our kingdom." The king smiled, nodding his approval. "Then it is settled. You shall have my blessing." And so, the brave soldier Galen, who had once been just a common man, became the husband of Princess Elara, beloved by all and revered as the hero who saved the kingdom. Together, they ruled with wisdom and courage, their love a beacon of hope for all who followed in their footsteps. Their story became legend, a tale of bravery, love, and a man who won the heart of a princess not through birthright or title, but through the strength of his heart and the courage of his soul. The end.